Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media, and this, I think, is the big news today. So Hannah, thank you. A late Money in the Bank is what we're getting. So Sunday, September 2026, New Orleans as well. We know New Orleans have been screwed around, so we are giving them Money in the Bank just to keep them sweet until we can get them WrestleMania again, the WrestleMania that we took away from them. So we're going to give them Money in the Bank next year. We're doing it in September, which is weird. We're doing it on a Sunday. That is weird. And I've seen a lot of hot takes on this. I have just read this, though, from Brady, which I thought was very interesting because I hadn't actually considered it. But Brady said, I guess it's because the World Cup is taking place June, July. And it's true, isn't it? The World Cup, the most watched global sporting event, is coming to the USA and Mexico and Canada next summer. So there's going to be a lot of disruption as a result of that. And it's taking place June, July. And so apparently On Location, who are helping with that, they normally help with the PLEs as well. So there is just a little bit of a thought that it could be moved as a one-off for that reason. There's been no announcement as to why it's September, which is a very unusual time for Money in the Bank. Some of the hot takes that I've seen are people like Sean Rossap saying that they don't mind this because there's not really much towards the end of the year. We've got the Rumble, we've got the Chamber, we've got WrestleMania, we've got Money in the Bank. All of that is in the first part of the year. And then the second part of the year doesn't feel like it has as much to it. So this moving into September, Sean Rossap makes the point he doesn't mind. And I do understand that perspective. I think for me, I just sort of look at Money in the Bank move into September as being a little bit lazy. I mean, if the problem is that you haven't really got anything that exciting at the end of the year, then my first response is come up with something. Like, be creative, you know? I'm sure we could all come up with some great new ideas and concepts for some very interesting shows. I mean, for example, just off the top of my head, there's been a lot of people saying they would love to see, like, Cyber Sunday return. That's where we, the fans, get to vote for who's going to fight who and what the matches are going to be. Is it going to be a steel cage match? Is it going to be a last man standing match? Is it going to be a buried alive match? And we actually get to vote for that. And I think there is an opportunity to do something like that towards the end of the year. Like when we're all stuck indoors because it's cold and we can't go out. Like maybe we could be in voting and then we get like a Cyber Sunday. I think that would be a good addition to the PLE lineup. And that could have gone into September and then Money in the Bank could have stayed where it was. So I do understand. I don't really have a hot take on it, honestly. I don't mind it being in September. It doesn't make a massive difference. I would say, though, that when you do it kind of around that May-June time, then, of course, you've got a few normal shows that people can cash in on. You know, SummerSlam, for example. But if you do it in September, then you'll have something in October that they could cash in on. But then you've got Survivor Series, and that's a bit messy, isn't it, because of War Games? And I don't know how easy it will be to cash in on a champion at Survivor Series, because we don't know what the champs will be doing. They might be involved in the War Games match. So that makes it a little bit more complicated. And then there isn't a PLE in December. The PLE in January is the Royal Rumble, which makes it messy. And then Elimination Chamber. So by putting it here, you haven't really got many normal PLEs for the winners to cash in on. Of course, they can cash in on Raw and SmackDown. But I don't know, you are kind of taking away a lot of normal shows where we get lots of singles matches. You are taking a lot of those away by doing it this late in the year. So, I don't know, a few thoughts. I really don't mind. I'm certainly not sat here saying this is a disaster or anything like that. But I just think there's pros and cons. I do like the Sunday, though, and that's going to be controversial because this is selfish of me. But, you know, I do enjoy watching UFC and boxing, and that takes place on a Saturday. So I find when we do WWE, I have to make some, you know, difficult decisions. Do I watch WWE? Do I watch the boxing? And, of course, I always choose WWE. But here I might not have to choose. You know, there might be boxing on the Saturday. There might be some UFC on the Saturday. And then on the Sunday, I can watch the wrestling. So for me, I like it being on a Sunday, but I know many of you don't. And I understand that because for a lot of kids in the UK, they have to stay up late on a Sunday. And of course, they've got school the next day. Or maybe stay up late on a Sunday because you've got like work the next day, and then that's a problem. So yeah, I do understand all of that. I really do understand all of that. But for me personally, I'm quite pleased it's on a Sunday. September, I don't mind. As we said, there's pros and cons. There we go. That was a bit of a breakdown, wasn't it? So I can tell you there's not loads else in the folders, though. Otherwise, we wouldn't have spent as long on that. Johnny, thank you. So here's Ref Jess. She saw what Becky said yesterday, and we had that in Unseen. She said, I don't say a lot or stir up issues, but it's wild that someone, Becky, keeps talking about me when all they've been doing is tapping out, getting counted out, and are taking the easy way out by getting disqualified, but I'm the problem. Well, I mean, I would say yes, you are actually. For the first one, if you go back and look how quick Jess was counting with the count out, yes, she was the problem. I don't know if you can blame her so much for not DQing Maxine. Obviously, Becky made the point that it was a closed fist, and actually that should have been a disqualification for Maxine. She should have been DQ'd for punching Becky with a closed fist. We've seen refs let that go many, many, many times, so I don't really have an issue with that one. But I do think the count out, if you rewatch it, was weird. They are clearly stirring up some issues between Becky and Jess, and I don't really know why, because I don't really know where this is going. Maybe it is leading to a match. I mean, actually, go back a good few months, and Ref Jess was actually wrestling in Evolve under the name of Calyx. It was a masked wrestler, and she was competing in Evolve. She used to be a wrestler. So I wonder if they are going to explore that. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Okay, this is interesting from Shinsuke. Shinsuke says he isn't retiring soon, which is great news. And he does have aspirations of being a world heavyweight champion, which I would love to see. If we're going to take chances on people being a world heavyweight champion, I would love for us to give Shinsuke an opportunity. Because Shinsuke says, look, am I going to be around in 10 years? Yeah, probably not. I'd have to question that. But 5 years? Well, maybe. No one knows what tomorrow brings. So I just have to do what I can now. So, you know, Shinsuke saying, look, I might still have 5 years, which is a considerable amount of time in wrestling. You know, I mean, that's pretty much the Attitude Era. If you think like 97 going to 2002, 5 years. I mean, 5 years is an eternity in wrestling. So that's what keeps me going. The belief that I can still do it. For me, it's the World Heavyweight Championship. That's what I'm after. I love the fact he's putting it out there. I love the fact that he's not beating around the bush. That's what I want. When you think about things Japanese wrestlers, especially men, haven't yet broken through in America, that is it. I don't know if I'll serve as proof of anything, but sometimes I wonder if I can't do it, what happens then? I just want to leave behind a path, a sense of hope for the next generation of Japanese and Asian wrestlers. Oh, man, I so want him to do it. I so want him to do it. I can get right behind a Shinsuke push. Just to that world heavyweight, you know, the one that Damian Priest has had. You know, that one. You know, the one that we gave Jey Uso a little bit of a run with. Like, are we really saying we can't get Shinsuke to that? I think we can. Obviously, it needs to be booked well, needs to be creative, we need to give him momentum, build up his aura, all of that, but I think we can do it. Certainly if he's still saying that he thinks he's got a considerable amount of time left as well, you know? Okay, TKO, everyone's favourite 3 letters. Average domestic ticket prices for their weekly main roster shows have roughly doubled since TKO took over in 2023. So there we go. That's coming from WrestleNomics, that apparently ticket prices have pretty much doubled for the average weekly TV shows compared to before they took over. So probably not a massive surprise, but just confirmation that ticket prices have absolutely gone mental since TKO came in. Okay, Arn Anderson recalls an incident between John Cena and Kurt Angle. I just thought this was really interesting, right? Vince pulled me in the office. He said, we've got this new kid that we've pulled up. We think he's got a very bright future. Arn, can you teach him how to work? I did, in fact, have his matches, and John was very, very green. He was green in his thought process. So one night he was wrestling Kurt Angle. Some guy in the audience had one of those hands. I'm guessing it's like a foam hand. John spotted it and he just left Kurt. He rolled out the ring, goes about 10 rows deep, takes the hand, folds it into a middle finger. He goes back over the rail. Right there is Kurt. Kurt hit him with a belly to belly on the floor, threw him in the ring, stomped his brains out. So it seems like Kurt was pretty angry about just being left in the ring, right? And so, sent a message to the young John Cena. When he came back through the curtain, I went, learn anything tonight. I just love this because it's giving you a real glimpse of some of the feedback that comes from a producer to a talent, and a fun story that I've never heard of regarding John Cena as well. So Arn said to Cena, did you learn anything tonight? He had this wide-eyed look on his face. Oh, yeah. Because he had just got the dog shiz kicked out of him by somebody that could do it and not have any repercussions. I just said, you've got to respect the guy. You don't leave a guy, even in the ring. You don't leave a guy and walk over and start screaming at fans with your back to that guy. I just thought that was so interesting. That's the feedback John Cena got. Don't do that to your opponent. Don't, get out the ring and just leave them in the ring and allow them to recover, because when you get back in the ring, they're just going to, stomp you into next week. So, yeah, I just love that story. I thought it was so insightful. So, there we go. Even John Cena had to learn lessons along the way. So, even the greats, even the GOATs don't arrive fully formed. Jacy Jayne praises Lainey Reed, calling her an upgrade, but just saying that would be a bit mean to word it that way. I just don't know if this hints a little bit of some issue with Jasmine next. There might not have been, but I just think I don't know. See what you think. So we had our first match, me and Lainey, last night. Before that, we had a singles match, and I felt that we had great chemistry right off the bat. I definitely think Lainey is a huge, I don't want to say upgrade, because that's so mean, but she's definitely going to fit the part and she's going to do a good job. I mean, she was about to say upgrade. She's a great worker. She's like a sponge. She listens to everything. She takes everything in really well. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if there was maybe some problems with Jasmine. I mean, Jasmine didn't get a raise, so she left. So it does make you wonder about some of the conversations, some of the things that were being said, the way that, Jasmine was kind of conducting herself within this group. I don't know, was there some resentment? Was there frustration on Jasmine's part, and did that kind of show itself? And was that a bit of a challenge for Jacy and Fallon to have to deal with? I don't want to paint a picture that's not accurate, but I just found these comments to be very interesting, certainly where it feels like she's about to tease saying the word it's going to be a huge upgrade, So there we go. That was a very interesting comment. Right, this got a lot of views. So Curtis, thank you. Over 2 million views. Check this as well, because the original message got 2.4 million. So here's this lovely couple. They didn't even tag Drew. So Cody, Rhea, we got married repping our personal favourite champions. So there we go. These two got married. There's the Rhea side plates. There's the Cody side plates. Drew saw this, and so he posted this.
How long have you been going out with him?
About 3.5 months.
It'll never last.
6 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 months.
It's just a compilation of a TV show that used to, for football, that used to bring on, female football fans. They'd ask them, are you in a relationship? And whatever they said, they would say, it'll never last. It'll never last, like this. And so he's got this compilation in reaction to these two getting married and not mentioning him. I mean, that is some elite level trolling, isn't it? That is some elite level trolling. He's gone out of his way to comment on this. So 2.2 million views on that. So Curtis, thank you. I had a few people tagging me on that one. It seemed to strike a bit of a chord. This is pretty fun. So here, look, we've just got this footage, some home footage. You're never safe around Randy. So Randy is just sat there. Johnny, thank you. We're just watching the family, look. Just having some fun by the pool. And just nice job. Good job, kids. Here we go. Look, we're just going to see another one. Doing a bit of a... Ah, there he is! RKO! RKO! Boom! I don't know what happened to the dog. Dog got chucked aside just so he could deliver that RKO. Okay, this is cool. So here, this is Najee, NXT with Najee. He is part of the crowd. You might have seen there's a lot of people that go week in, week out. I think they are a real close-knit community, right, that kind of go to NXT. And I think they've got to know each other, and they're kind of like a family. And yeah, he's going to move away, unfortunately. He's moving away to Las Vegas. But I think this just shows how kind of close that NXT crowd are. So much love and affection, and even from the NXT superstars. So here is Ricky coming out, just saying, like, you know, thanks for helping make this place what it is. Wishing you all the best in the future. Loads of comments as well. We got, like, Sean Rossat, Corey, WrestleBuzz, like, loads of people just leaving, like, you know, their best wishes. So let's have a look at this footage. There's loads of videos, but we'll just jump in on this one down here.
Only missed one show, right? In the past 2 years, but unfortunately he's moving on to Las Vegas, and I thought we would do something nice for him to let him know that he's loved, and we appreciate all the support that you've done here. You've made this place what it is, and I think everybody else can agree with me that you are a very, very important person here at the NXT family. So, I want to get you over the barricade, but before we do, you know what? Let's sing them on out. Nah, wait, I'm sorry, we can't. That's for bad people.
That would have been grimy.
Now let's just do it, alright? Na 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 na.
Hey, 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 you're the man.
Na 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 na.
Love you, brother. Good shit.
So there we go. And we've got other videos as well, just showing like the kind of before and after of that. But yeah, really cool. Really, really cool. And Najee just posting this. Said, I wish my mom could see this. I won't stop making you proud. We are NXT. Very cool. Very classy. Okay, next up, M, thank you. Yeah, talking of cool and classy. Right here, look, we've got Nikki Bella and her son. So, Monday Night TO, Bella Army, this was just the best. It's a core memory for the both of us. I've been waiting for this day so long. So, this is Nikki taking her son along so that her son can, like, see her in action from Raw. And there we go. There is Nikki's son, and there they are backstage as well. So, yeah, very special. Very special. Okay, oh, this is great. So, Vacant is just a fun account online where every time there is, like, a vacated championship, they kind of post, this is mine now. And, you know, they act as vacant, right? And obviously we thought that this belt was going to be vacated, but instead Zarya is going to defend it on Soul's behalf. So Vacant's like, I would like to lodge a formal complaint. How dare you not vacate that belt? It was meant to be mine. So I thought that was fun as well. Very good. Yeah, this is great as well. Silverback, thank you. Thank you to everyone that tagged us in this. So here we've got Naomi saying dabbing at 16 weeks is crazy. When she put this on to X, because this is Instagram, she changed it, I believe, to yeeting at 16 weeks is crazy. Because it does look like it could be yeeting, couldn't he? When she looked at it, she was thinking it was a dab. But, yeah, I think people must have jumped into the comments and said, are you sure that's not a yeet? And so I did see another one that she'd put out that was like, yeeting at 16 weeks is crazy. So there we go. That is the latest scan of Big Jim and Naomi's baby. Okay, here we've got Zarya just saying, like, I've been on the roster for a year. It's gone by so quick. This friendship means so much to me. I can't wait to defend this belt. I'm going to do it for you. Blah, 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 blah. And Blake Monroe's like, I ain't reading all that. I'm happy for you, though, or sorry that it happened. Whatever it is, I'm either happy for you or sorry that whatever's happened has happened. I don't know. I ain't reading it. It was quite long, actually. So I thought that was a very fun response from Blake Monroe. And then the last thing we got in here, Adam, thank you, is just information on the holiday tour. Now, we have already looked at this, but the official graphic is up now. 'Tis the season. Tickets on sale now. Pre-sale code all WWE. So there we go. That is the holiday season tour. That is where we're going to be for SmackDown Raw. But we've got all these live shows as well. So yeah, very good. Might be coming to an area near you. Right, let's go into community, shall we? I think we've got a couple of bits in community. So, Eater of Pies, shout out to you. Got a follow. It looks like a comment as well from Sergeant Slaughter, which is very, very cool. Sheffy, we've got this. Look what just arrived late last night. It was so unexpected. I was very surprised. The only thing that would have been better would have been an autographed version of the Tribal Chief belt from the OTC, or an autograph from the next GOAT, Dominic Mysterio. I mean, it's still an absolutely stunning belt, and these belts are so expensive. I mean, this is the Tribal Chief Championship, and there were rumors that this belt was going to be used and defended in a match. I don't know if it will in the future. It may do. But there was rumours of a Tribal Chief Championship coming in. I can't remember if it was late last year or earlier this year. And then it eventually showed us like a bit of a belt to honour Roman. So, I mean, yeah, it's a great belt, an interesting belt. And to have the replica of it, I think, is very, very special. So, yeah, amazing, but amazing. Junkwax Obsessed said, my wife and I are taking our 5-year-old daughter to WWE SmackDown this Friday. My wife has made her an Alexa Bliss jacket. She will be in full Alexa gear. It's going to be super cute. More pictures in the comments. So, oh, look at it. That is incredible work, isn't it? That is absolutely incredible. So, yeah, that is brilliant. So good. I mean, like, I feel like, yeah, I mean, you've tagged her in it, so hopefully she will see it, Alexa, because she really does need to see that. I did retweet it, but, yeah, she definitely needs to see that. Hopefully she does catch it. Yeah, no, that's amazing. Your wife has done an incredible job. Junkwaps Obsessed as well said, my wife also got her first CM Punk autograph. She won't even notice until she watches Unseen. Ah. Well, I can't even show it. It's cut it off, so she'll never see it, unfortunately. No, I can. I just got to go full screen. There it is. There you are. There you are. Look at that. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, and if you're watching this, I thought your jacket that you did for your 5-year-old looked amazing. So, there we go. Very good. Right, we got one more in here as well. And it's from Dean. Dean has ordered the new John Cena shirt. So Dean has got a John Cena shirt on the way. So very nice. Very nice. I bet he's sold a fair few of those this year. And there we go. That was Unseen. So let's do thanks and let's get out of here. So Armando, Chris, Huddle Talk, Real Wrestling Fan, Kelly the Wise Lady, Silverback, The Wrestling Warrior, Sub Ho Deep, Doc Plays Stuff, Ty Sinister, Canon, Edwards, Cal Al, Claire Webb, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Wrestle Buzz, Wrestling Voids, and Chanel down there, hidden at the bottom. So there we go. Big thank you for all the support. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.